You can also head to a kiosk or go online to renew your license instead of going in person. And now let's take a look at your weather. We'll take a live look over the highlands. That snow is still laying on the grounds, mostly because of those cold temperatures. To break down what you can see later today is meteorologist Zach Petty, who joins us now. Zach, good afternoon.
Well, good afternoon, Stephen. Yeah, those temperatures haven't really warmed up too much, especially from this morning. We were seeing temperatures in the mid to upper 20s. Well, right now they warmed up to low 30s. 31 degrees out the door here into Wheeling, as well as down into Waynesburg. 32 up into Moundsville, 33 out into Chester, 30 degrees out the door into Steubenville, Cadiz, as well as down south into New Martinsville, as well as in through Morgantown. Now looking at your weekday weather words for your finally Friday. Well, it's going to be another clouded sky day. I'm not expecting to see much in terms of sunlight, and it doesn't really feel like much joy coming from the weather department. We've had gray and overcast skies the past couple of days, and the sun hasn't been out, but it is still up in the skies, I promise you. It's just behind a rather prominent cloud deck and peeking at what the rest of the day looks like. Well, there could be a stray flurry, if not light snow shower in through the Ohio Valley for the rest of your day. I'm not expecting to see much in terms of warmth either. I'm expecting to see our high temperature top off in the mid-30s. And again, the chance of seeing a stray snow flurry is not ruled out, but temperatures are going to continue to fall before we get a change in wind direction, which could actually bump our temperatures up in through your weekend. I'll share with you where we're heading in just a moment. But first, we're going to send things back to you, Stephen.
All right, Zach, thanks. As we end the year and spend time with family, it's important to remember that there are many people who can't see their loved ones. Right now in the Mountain State, hundreds of parents have no idea where their child is. There are almost 500,000 missing children across the U.S., and community members often join search efforts led by law enforcement, but most times it's just a case of an angry child running away.
Situations would be custody disputes, situations of domestic violence in the home, children are not feeling safe at home, the lack of basic needs.
But sometimes it can be more than that. In late October, the U.S. Marshals and local law enforcement recovered 45 children who had been forced into human trafficking, drugs, and prostitution. And a teacher at John Marshall High School has been recognized for developing her financial education skills. Business teacher Megan Pintis has earned the Next Gen Personal Finance Extra Mile Award for completing 8 certification courses. The NGPF's curriculum is designed to expand teachers' knowledge of teaching personal finance to high schoolers. It's part of an initiative that pushes for students nationwide to be required to take financial classes before graduation. Pintis was the only teacher in West Virginia to qualify. And hopefully you can take some time to put on some gloves and play in the snow, because the Highlands Sports Complex is offering you a challenge. They are hoping to find out who can build the best snowman on their outdoor field. The top 3 winners will receive a gift card to their new arcade. Entries must be completed and submitted by 8 o'clock tonight. The winners will be announced. And Santa Claus is back in town again, and this time he'll be visiting residents of Woodsdale. Old St. Nick says he had such a great time in Elm Grove last week that he had to return to the Friendly City before the big night on Christmas Eve. Santa begins his journey at 6 tomorrow night. He'll be going live on Facebook throughout the night so you can follow his whereabouts. And still to come on 7 News, the election continues in Georgia, where runoff Senate races are happening next month. A look at the vice president's campaign there after the break.
Highland Sports Complex is the coolest destination for sports and entertainment the Ohio Valley has ever seen. Pop in for some open basketball in our field house, or reserve some turf time for your next practice or game on our synthetic fields. Online registration is open for development classes and leagues for youth and adults. Highland Sports is also the hottest destination for birthday parties and other events. So come challenge yourself on our play climb and enjoy your favorite virtual reality game in the arcade. No memberships required, so visit highlandsports.com to find your next entertainment experience and get ready to reach new heights.
Quaker Steak and Lube at the Highlands with another steal of a deal. Get a steak burger and fries all day Monday for only $8.99. It's also Military Mondays. The Lube will take 25% off for all veterans, active duty military, and first responders. Quaker Steak and Lube voted Best Wings USA.
Tip-off time in
The following program is brought to you in living color on NBC.
Now it's time for Bill DeFabio on AM 1600 WKKX, the Watchdog.
There's something happening here. What it is ain't exactly clear. There's a man with a gun over there, telling me I got to beware. I think it's time we stop, children. What's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. There's battle lines being drawn. Nobody's right if everybody's wrong. Young people speaking their minds are getting so much resistance from behind. Time we stopped. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down.
CJ, you're too young to understand what I'm going to say. Your parents might know. Coach Young wouldn't know because he's older than dirt. If you're listening, Coach, you know where I am if you want to come and see me. Would I do anything to Coach Young? Yeah, I would. I would kick him in the butt and say, let's go have dinner at River City. There you go. I am planning something down the road for some of the coaches that's been on our guests every Friday, a little like thank you dinner at River City once everything gets back to normal. But this song, you know, for what it's worth, what is it, 40 years old? Battle lines being drawn. Is that where we're headed, folks? If everybody's right, nobody's wrong. Think about that, CJ. We're already in one revolution, the restaurant revolution, that started at 11 with our good friend who's being known around the country now, Mike Pasolacqua. By the way, for the local news people, Pasolacqua. Yeah, I can't screw that name up because I grew up with him and wrestled him. Oh, did he kick my ass. We were both, what, 115 pounds? His dad, I used to go to his restaurant all the time because at Trinity High School, when we had great wrestlers and wrestling teams, they had a club called the Spartan Club, and they used to meet at Angelo's, the old Angelo's, up on West Chestnut. And it was a cool thing, you know. Good food. We liked it because it was free. But since we wrestled and had to lose weight, we really couldn't, you know, put away a lot of linguine, ravioli. But Michael, you know, he's defending his fellow workers. I think there's like 40-some restaurants in Washington County that open their doors at 11. So your next move, Mr. Wolf, the not-so-likable governor of Pennsylvania, I respect him because, you know, he's the big kahuna, but that don't mean I have to like everything he does. So stay tuned. But Mike Pasolacqua was being well-known around the country. He was on all 3 TV stations last night, you know, 2, 4, and 11. And I don't know if he's going to be on Fox soon. You know, he's probably getting tired of talking to reporters. And I would bet that he is greeting all the people at Angelo's. I might stop by. On my way home, all right? Hats off to Michael. He's got, you know what word I'm looking for, CJ, but I don't know how to use it. He's got a stomach and a half to do what he's doing. I don't know. Will we ever see DJ Abasella? By the way, CJ is here. Now DJ is here.
Yep.
Whoa, what the heck is going on? Will we ever see DJ Abasella at Angelo's? I don't know. If he comes down to Washington, I might take him there. DJ, how are you?
Bill, I'm great. How are you? It's game day.
Yeah, I know. I can feel the excitement in your voice.
It's hard to hide it, right?
Yeah, that's true. Orlando, right? Today?
Orlando.
Yeah, what's your nickname?
The Solar Bears.
The who?
The Solar Bears.
What's a solar bear? How's that different from a polar bear? A grizzly bear? How many bears are there?
I guess it's a polar bear that spends a lot of time in the sun.
Yeah.
It's originally they were the Solar Bears back in their IHL days in the 1990s, and then when the IHL folded, they went into hibernation, and then they came out in 2012 when they joined the ECHL.
All right. I have another assignment for you.
Yes, so you got a birthday wish?
Well, yeah, you know him, Michael.
Yeah, of course I do.
Casey Tucker, his very, very charming wife, was on yesterday, and she said that Michael's birthday was going to be today. So we flew in 2 of the 4 Beatles that are remaining. I want you, because people can say, DJ Abasella introduced the Beatles on the variety show. So take it away, DJ. Introduce the Beatles for our birthday song to our friend Michael.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, live in Wheeling, West Virginia, I present to you the Beatles.
Yeah, happy birthday, Michael. Hopefully you're listening. If not, that's okay. Not everybody can bring the Beatles in the studio, right, CJ?
Yep.
By the way, CJ, who is built like an offensive lineman, escorted the Beatles into the studio. So
Yeah.
that's the next job for you. No,
Really?
you're built like an old lineman, and
Yep.
you are an old lineman.
Yep.
All right, by the way, Ray Fittipaldi will not be on today. He wishes you well. You know, you offensive linemen got to stick together. He will be with us Monday to preview the Cincinnati game, and Tuesday, what's going to happen after the game, which I think the Steelers are just rub out the Bengals. But you never know. I thought Pittsburgh would just humiliate Washington, and I was wrong. All right, DJ, you still there?
I'm still here, Bill. I'm still cruising.
Okay, now, Casey yesterday told us that not only will season ticket holders be allowed in the game, but about 250 non-season ticket holders can buy tickets?
Yeah, we were granted that opportunity, so we're really lucky and really thankful. So, yes, in addition to the season members, then you will also have 250 tickets. Those went on sale yesterday. So,
How was the sale? How was the sale?
They've been flying. I don't know how many are left, to be honest with you, because people were dying to get to the games to begin with. So the fact that there were a limited number, 250 for Friday and 250 for Saturday, I know that people are very anxious to get here. So that's very good.
So you might have around 900 tonight, right? Or Saturday?
That would be nice. You know, every day, every game now, it seems like we're getting bigger and bigger. And you know, it's nice that we have that trust from the health department, the city, and the state that we're able to do things safely. And I think it goes a long way. You look at how things went on opening night, where everybody had their masks on, everybody was social distancing, and you know, it shows that people, when they have something they want, they really will go as far as they can to make sure they follow every rule to a T, because they want to have as much fun as we do.
Yeah, that's true too. You know, so yeah, it's the one good thing is that you know, people are just dying to you know, see something. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
see
absolutely.
Something. Yeah. So, all right. Well, you know what? Are there any fighters on there that would take on my buddy Brad?
No, there's really not. They don't have a very physical type of a lineup.
Oh, they're wussies.
They have some smaller players that are more skilled guys that'll play on a couple of their lines. They have a couple of taller players, larger players that'll play on other lines, but nobody that really has that, you know, 100-plus penalty minute total that'll jump off the page. So actually, Brad's not playing tonight for that very reason, unfortunately. But we have 4 guys who will make their pro debuts, so that'll be fun to see.
All right, yeah. I don't know if I want to go tonight or go tomorrow. Maybe I'll go tonight because, you know, I just walk down the street, have dinner, and then walk over. Okay.
There you go.
I think Biffarou's coming. I'm not. No, he has a basketball game tonight. So. I'm going to send CJ over and start a fight with Brad.
Okay.
CJ's built by, you know, Villanueva, the Steelers. So, and he's an old lineman. You know, he'll block Brad.
Right.
I like to start fights, CJ, as long as I'm not involved. You know.
I know.
You're good with it.
Yeah, but my money's on Brad. Okay.
Well,
He's a
thanks.
good
Smart money.
fighter. No,
Thanks,
he's a good
Bill.
fighter, CJ. You don't look like a fighter.
I'm not.
You look like a guy that could block somebody, and
Yep.
you know what I mean?
Yep. I'm not really that big of a fighter.
Yeah, and you're a smart guy. Brad's like well, he's not an idiot, but he's a good guy to have around.
Yeah.
How do I say this? Because
Just
he might
don't,
be listening.
just don't mess with him.
Yeah, don't mess with him. Don't get him mad. Be on his good side. Say, Brad, let's have a beer. Put
There
the
you
fist
go.
down, open your hands, and grab a beer with me, okay?
Yeah.
Well, CJ, here's another assignment.
Okay.
Not CJ, DJ. We've got
Oh.
too many DJs, CJs,
Too
whatever.
many J's.
Yeah, CJ, DJ. You got 4 points. Take 4 points, and you'll get more people into place.
Hey, that's exactly it. I mean, we got to get in the win column. Now we got the bugs out last weekend. Now it's time to start making some progress here.
And who's in charge of concessions? We have them on the air, but I forgot who. What's the guy's?
Oh, son of a gun. I know this one too.
Is it Malarkey?
Yes. Well, yeah, he does a lot of work at the building.
Yeah.
Pretty much, he made our television broadcast possible last weekend. So Justin deserves a major, major shout out.
Yeah, well, who's ever in charge of concessions probably will swell a little bit of beer tonight, some chips, and the famous, I guess, menu from River City, taco in a bag.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the number one. River City's taco in a bag. That's a big one, no question.
I love their talking about.
Yeah,
It's
well,
awesome.
DJ likes it because you get a lot and don't pay a whole lot. You know, DJ's,
Yep.
he's not going to order jumbo shrimp. Hey, I got to ask you, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
The ballots, I guess, have got to be in by the next week for the Hall of Fame. Chances
boy.
are your favorite, one of my favorites, Roger Clemens, won't get in this year. He's still got 2 more years. Same with Barry Bonds. But you know what? There are a lot of borderline players that I think should be in the Hall of Fame. I'm going to think of 2 Pirates, Al Oliver and Dave Parker. You know what? And here's my argument there. Borderline players, great numbers, all-star games, and I don't want Bill Mazeroski fans to get mad at me. Maz was a good fielder, batted, what, 260 lifetime? But if he didn't hit that famous home run in 1960, he would not be in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, that's what we talked about when with Brad on Monday too.
Yeah.
Is you've got guys, and it's kind of funny. We talk about Bill Buckner, phenomenal career,
Should be in the Hall of
phenomenal
Fame.
player.
Should be in the
but
Hall of Fame.
One moment defines his career.
Yep.
The ball going through the legs. Mazeroski on the other side.
Yeah.
You know, not going to jump off the page at you, but one big moment, the home run, and all of a sudden he's a legend.
Now, believe me, he was one of the best second basemen, top 3 probably of all time. My favorite, I wore his number 9. Then I switched over to number 8, Stargell. I could never get my favorite, number 21, Clemente, but I wore number 9. In college, I wore number 8 because I liked Maz for the Pirates and Yaz for the Red Sox. Am I nuts or what?
I don't know, Bill. You got a pretty good logic going there. I like it.
But, you
I
know,
can follow you.
He was a great defensive player, fielding genius. He and Gene Alley, you know, they were probably one of the best 1-2 double play guys around. But you know what? If he didn't hit that home run off of Ralph Terry in that 60 World Series, we'd be talking about why isn't Maz in the Hall of Fame?
You're probably right.
He still has the shortest speech of anybody to win to any Hall of Fame. It's about 11 seconds long. Don't quote me. Something went like this. I want to thank everyone that made this possible. I'm happy to be here. Thank you very much. That was it. That's great. Some guys go 45 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, they thank the dog catcher. Well, I like to thank the dog catcher, you know. But he's a classic guy. Now, if you want to combine golf with, you know, Hall of Fame credentials, he's a very good golfer, too. So I don't want Maz fans to get mad at me. I'm just talking about borderline players. Oliver, Parker should be there. Bill Buckner, that's a shame. He should be there. Why do people remember Bill Buckner? The ball that went through his legs. It could happen to anybody, you know?
Absolutely.
Just like me. You know, I was a designated hitter in Boston. I had a good batting average, but people talked about DeFabio hasn't been right since he got hit in the head with a fastball. You know what I mean? That's how they remember me. I got hit a lot. I crowded the plate. You know how many times I got hit in the butt? I wish I had $1 for every time. I wouldn't move. So, you know.
Hey, there's some guys that make careers out of that.
Yeah, that's true. Who is the guy in the American League that got hit a lot? Oh, Dick McAuliffe? That's because
That could be. I feel like Biggio got plunked all the
Oh,
time in the
yeah.
National
And he
League.
was a former Red Soxer. Boy, did they make a mistake there.
Exactly.
All right, DJ. Well, yeah, we need 2 points tonight and 2 points Saturday. I say we because I'm a businessman. The more wins and the most points you get early in the season will bring the fans.
Yes, it will.
People will start saying, hey, the Nailers are doing something different. They're winning.
Hey, they like this team. They like the coach. I mean, I know you love the coaching staff with Frank.
Well, it's an easy name to remember.
Yeah. So, hey, we just got to put them together. And now's the perfect time to get things rolling.
Okay, we're going to touch bases with you Monday. Because of the short week next week, I'm loading up Monday and Tuesday with guests, but we can always find time for the mouth. I mean, for you, DJ.
Perfect. Sounds good.
By the way, I'll be eating probably at the restaurant about 5:30. I'm going to have the doors open so I can hear what you're saying.
Oh, there you go. Perfect. And then you can tune in on Me TV.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can do that tomorrow. How
There you
about
go.
that? The Nailers are on the same station with the Flintstones, the Beverly Hillbillies, and Gilligan's Island. Who would ever thought? Are you surprised, fans, listeners? Why does it happen? Because it's Wheeling, West Virginia.
I did not see that taking that direction, but I'm kind of amused that it did.
Think about it. The Nailers are on with these national celebrities that had great shows on. And you're on with, what's his name, Gunsmoke. You need Matt Dillon to come in and drop the puck. Oh, he's dead. Steve McQueen, wanted dead or alive. He ought to drop the puck. Well, he's dead too. Whatever. That's a great thing. Me TV, the Nailers. You know it's going to be a good season for the Nailers. I'm going to be there with you on the fire truck when the parade comes down the street.
We're going to hoist it together all the way up in the top in the bucket truck?
No, I'm going to drive the truck.
Oh, you're going to drive it? Okay.
Oh,
I'm a little
yeah.
scared now.
Because maybe it's the runner-up trophy you're going to get, and we're going to run into West Banco. How's that sound?
That sounds interesting.
No. No, I hope there is a parade. You know, we need something in this town. We missed out on that boat 4 years ago because DJ was the announcer. If it was somebody else, we would have beaten that team from Texas. You know I'm having fun with you, DJ, and you know we all love
I know.
you.
Hey, I like that. It's good. It keeps it loose, and, you know, I can take some blame.
Yeah, you know what? I tell a lot of people he ought to get the hell out of here. You've been here how many years? 8?
10. This is 10, Bill.
Well, that's 8 too many. You should be out. You're very good. But you know what? The other side says, I don't want him to go. Who would I pick on? We'll get some yo-yo who's a Yankee fan. You know what I mean?
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, you might get out of here and somebody's going, well, I like the Yankees. Oh. DJ, you're a charmer. I will
Bill,
say
I
this.
do my best. I appreciate everything you do for us. You're awesome.
Yeah, all right. If you want me to buy the team, let me know.
All right.
All right. CJ's got a job. He's going to be a bouncer.
Ah.
Yeah. No, you just, as much as I like to see you move up and out because that's where you got to go sooner or later. Hopefully it's a lot later because Wheeling has a charmer behind the microphone who really doesn't need the radio airwaves for downtown Wheeling because everybody can hear you. I'm at the Carlos last year and I could hear you. Score! Let's hear a score from you. Come on.
All right.
All right.
DeFabio down the left side, makes his way into the circle, fires and scores!
Yeah. Usually I'm skating around the circle. All right.
Well, that time I took you through the circle.
Yeah, you're good. You're good, man. You want to see me on skates today? That would be.
I've been trying to get you guys on skates for years. That would make my day. That would honestly make my day to have all you media folks come in and get on skates. Maybe we could set up like a media game for charity or something.
Well, you know, at the Civic Arena years ago, when I was in the Pittsburgh media, working and getting fired by everybody, they would bring us in a night, and it would be between periods 1 and 2, and we'd be at the red line, and you would have this cardboard in front of the net with a little hole. And if you put the puck in the net, it's like $100 to your favorite charity. Ask me what I did.
I'm going to say you probably missed.
Well, I hit the puck so hard, it missed the net and the glass behind it and went into the crowd. But I felt good because somebody got a souvenir from Bill DeFabio.
Hey, that works.
You know? Then the next guy, I think it was Keith James from a competitive station. What did he do? Because he plays hockey, still does.
Probably buried it.
He buried it, yeah. He buried it. He let me know about it, too. And he's a Yankee fan.
Oh,
yeah. But that was a fun thing they do. Now, because of liability and that, you know, if I go out and fall on my ass, break my hip, you know I'm going to call a certain lawyer. So they don't do that anymore.
Right.
But it was fun. Lola wants me to ride the bull when the Bulls come, you know, with the Cowboys.
Oh, yeah.
I said to her one day, I said, you know what? I can last 8 seconds on that saddle. She said, I would pay to see that. I guess that's a long time. 1, 2, yeah. Can't stay on a bull for 8 seconds?
Looks pretty hard to me.
Yeah. They would probably flip me through. You know what would happen, DJ? The
What's
bull would
that?
flip me, and my head and body would go through that brand new video board.
Oh, yep.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Always a pleasure talking to you, DJ. You know I make fun of you a lot, only because I love you, man.
Hey, I'll keep coming back for more.
Yeah. And if I tell you you're real good, you know that I'm full of it.
Yeah.
CJ, say goodbye to DJ.
See you, DJ.
See you, fellas.
What a classic. When I first met him, I said, this guy's cool, you know, especially if he's from New England, all right? I think he grew up in Maine, but every place I would talk, even some of the bars I went to in Shrewsbury and Worcester, it's Worcester, not Worcester, Worcester, he knew, you know? Yeah. Been in the old Boston Garden? Yeah. Love the guy. And he loves Wheeling, and I know Wheeling loves him. Wheeling is dying for a winner. Maybe this is the year. Haven't I said that for like 8 years? I don't know. And I never heard anything bad said about DJ, you know?
Yeah.
We got somebody on the phone, CJ?
Yeah, his name's Dan.
Dan? There's only one Dan. Oh, we're coming up to a break, so we only keep him on for a minute.
Hey, buddy, you did all that legwork for Angelo's, and you didn't show up. Every major news network in the country's up here.
Yeah. Well, where am I right now? Come on, Dan. How can I be there and here?
You should have did a live remote.
Oh, no, can't do that. Can't do that.
I can't do that. Oh,
No,
man.
listen, I gave him a lot of publicity. I was in Claysville.
Okay.
You ever been in Claysville?
Claysville, yeah.
There's a-
my daughter.
there's a
yeah,
mo-
it's like- my daughter hit a mailbox there at that little grocery BB, BP.
Whatever.
BP.
There's a mom and pop restaurant called Old North Main.
Yeah.
I found it about a month ago. When I had lunch there, I pigged out and it was like $8. This morning, I had one huge buttermilk pancake, 3 pieces of sausage, and a cup of coffee, $4.14.
You can't beat that.
And the people there know me. All they talked about was Mike Pasqualacqua being on all the radio and TV stations. I take my hats off to him because what he is doing, you just don't usually hear, you know? He's sticking up for his customers, his employees, and other fellow restaurant owners. Hail to him.
But the thing is, Bill, is you brought it to the Ohio Valley, and the Ohio Valley went up there to check it out.
Maybe that's why. Are you up there now?
No. My daughter lives in Washington, and my son went up there. We went up there to check it out. It's bigger than when Willy Wonka. It's bigger than when Willy Wonka opened up the chocolate factory.
Hey, where's my pitch shirt and hat?
Hey, you know what? I'll bring it to you on Monday.
Okay. All right.
You know what? Yeah, because it's late right now, and I'll bring it up to you Monday, okay?
Why don't you bring it up Tuesday?
Tuesday.
I'm having a little party. And I can't believe I'm inviting you, Dan, and I don't even like you.
Tuesday. It's a nice, coach's shirt.
Yeah.
Sideline coach's shirt.
Well, here's what I'll do. I'll wear that shirt and my pit cap. That way I can say I go both ways.
Buddy, I'm gonna bring you that pit shirt, and I'm gonna go to Lids and get you your very own personalized pit hat.
Wow. You're the man, Dan.
How do you spell your name with 1 L or 2 L's?
No, I spell it fabulous.
Fabulous.
Bill, Fabulous DeFabio. How do you like that?
I'm just gonna put Bill on it.
That's good. Or Bill D.
Yeah. Dollar Bill.
Dollar bill. I don't have a dollar bill, come to think about it. I got to use credit cards today. Hey, thank you, Dan.
Hey, I'll talk to you another
do you
day.
like what Michael's doing?
It's very nice.
Yeah.
You know, the little man can't keep getting stepped on, you know what I mean?
Yep. You know, you got the big stores opening their doors, and, you know, I've been to the big store called Wally Mart, and a couple times I felt bad because I was the only one wearing a mask.
You know what I feel bad about is the little guy can't sell food, but you can sell as much liquor as you want.
Yeah. Well,
you
know.
can go to
Chicken Charlie's?
Chicken Charlie's.
You know what?
Chicken Charlie's.
I really like you. Chicken Charlie's is a little dive place that sells beer and maybe the best roasted chicken I've ever had.
When we were little kids, when we were like 15, 16, 17 years old. People told us that if you bought this beer called Blue Bull,
Yeah.
it was a stronger beer. And we would drive all the way from Wheeling to go to Chicken Charlie's to get beer.
Yep.
That's what that reminds me. Yep.
I'm a regular customer there because, you know,
Have
I
a-
like
have a-
beer. I
have
like
a-
beer.
Have a good day.
All right. Thank you, Dan. Yeah, I can imagine, CJ, the media attention up at Angelo's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully they'll spend some money with Michael, you know. But if you're a media person, you don't want to spend money. You're supposed to get everything free, you know.
Yep.
If it's free, it's me. But that's okay. That's before I got real smart and say, you know what? This is my job. You don't have to feed me. Let's take a break. We're going to go to Indianapolis. You thought I was going to say Columbus, the home of our Ohio State Buckeye guy, but he's in Indianapolis for a big football game over the weekend. Ohio State and Northwestern. We'll be back right after this. The Variety Show with CJ, the DJ. He's a good disc jockey, too. Are you listening, Lola? We'll be right back.
The Metro News Update is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal at Thomas Auto Centers.
West Virginia Metro News. I'm Chris Lawrence. A hitch in the distribution of the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine for West Virginia. State Adjutant General James Hoyer says the Mountain State has learned the planned supply of the vaccine to be delivered next week will be less than anticipated.
We were told last night potentially that states would receive potentially somewhere between a 40 and a 45% reduction in their Pfizer allocation.
However, Hoyer says they have an alternative plan, provided the Moderna vaccine wins approval today, as it is expected to from the FDA. He says they'll be in line to fill those areas next week with the Moderna vaccine that we're supposed to get the Pfizer inoculation. Governor Jim Justice and his COVID-19 task force talking more about the vaccine and giving updates and developments with the coronavirus this hour. Watch the briefing at WVMetroNews.com. Numbers today from the DHHR show the active case numbers went back above 22,000 this morning in West Virginia. 1,266 cases confirmed in today's report since yesterday, and the positivity test rate at 7.28%. Meanwhile, in Washington, Congress expected to work through the weekend trying to hammer out a bipartisan compromise on a stimulus funding bill for those impacted. U.S. Senator Shelley Moore Capito.
Those conversations are going on. All the leaders are talking along with the White House. I think we'll have this done in the next 2 to 3 days, and I think there's a lot in here that'll help West Virginia businesses and individuals.
You're listening to Metro News, the voice of West Virginia. 2 of the state's premier ski resorts will open up for the season this weekend. The new Timberline opens today in Canaan Valley tomorrow. Joe Stevens at the West Virginia Ski Areas Association says that nor'easter this week is a big help.
All the resorts have already have snow on the trails that they've made, but all this natural snow that we've gotten this week, it is icing on the cake as it may be, but it also, when people see it in the news or hear about it in the news, they start thinking about playing outdoors.
From the Metro News Anchor Desk, I'm Chris Lawrence.
Over the years, you've brought opioids into your home. They helped when you were in pain, and you held on to them just in case. But holding on to opioids puts your family at risk. Learn more at www.fda.gov/drug disposal.
How do you give hope to a child in the foster care system? It starts with your heart. That tug you feel in yours when you hear that children are waiting for a stable, loving voice to speak up for their best interests. And then it becomes your time. What started out as a feeling that maybe you could make a difference becomes the difference. Change a child's story. There is a child waiting for a volunteer like you. Learn how you can help at casaforchildren.org.
Have a festive adventure at Wheeling's Historic Center Market. Discover a unique mix of specialty shops and quality eateries. Hunt for the perfect gift or gift card at Center Market. Find everything from art, antiques, coffees, wine and craft beers, cigars and fine olive oils, to fresh seafood, local honey, jewelry, vintage decor, toys, and clothing. Meet friends and explore this iconic holiday shopping destination. Experience Wheeling's Historic Center Market.
My little girl hurt her foot and needed a doctor fast, but her physician wasn't available, and I wanted her seen as soon as possible. Then I remembered the Wheeling Hospital Urgent Care, right in downtown Wheeling at the Stone Center on Market Plaza. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. every day, the center is ideal if you have a sudden sickness or injury. The doctors and nurses were great, and they also provided x-rays, a pharmacy, and lab draw station. No appointments needed, and convenient parking is nearby. Wheeling Hospital Urgent Care. They'll take good care of you.
From our family to yours, season's greetings.
This is Bob, and I want to wish everybody a happy, healthy, and blessed Christmas and New Year's.
Merry Christmas and happy holidays from the Watchdog. AM 1600 WKKX and AM 1370 WVLY.
Give us a call
24/7
and tell us what you're thinking. Locally, 304-214-1600. Out of the area, toll free, 866-514-1600 or 304-232-TALK.
24/7 roadside assistance, exclusive discounts, and much more. Save $20 on a new AAA gift membership and add a second member for free. Plus, get a $10 gift card. Visit your local office or AAA.com/AAA gift.
A serious injury from an accident can be just the start of your worries. What if you cannot return to work? How do you take care of your family if you're disabled? At Gelner Law Offices, we represent seriously injured people and understand their problem. We know how to get you fair compensation. We will work hard to make sure you get the money you deserve for your losses. Don't go it alone. If you're hurt in an accident, call us at 304-242-2900 or visit us at gelnerlaw.com.
We'd like to help.
Highland Sports Complex is the coolest destination for sports and entertainment the Ohio Valley has ever seen. Pop in for some open basketball in our field house or reserve some turf time for your next practice or game on our synthetic fields. Online registration is open for development classes and leagues for youth and adults. Highland Sports is also the hottest destination for birthday parties and other events. So come challenge yourself on our play climb and enjoy your favorite virtual reality game in the arcade. No memberships required, so visit highlandsports.com to find your next entertainment experience and get ready to reach new heights.
People moving out, people moving in. Why? Because of the color of the skin. Run, 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 but you sure can't hide. An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. Both for me, and I'll set you free. Rap on, brother, rap on. Well, the only person talking about love and brother is the preacher. And it seems nobody's interested in learning but the teacher. Segregation, determination, demonstration, integration, aggravation, humiliation, obligation to my nation.
Oh, yeah. One of my favorite songs in college. That and everything was Marvin Gaye, Spinners, Ball of Confusion. Yeah, when I was under the influence of that magic grass, I could sing that. My Girl in the Shower. Boy, my roommates hated me. I thought I was pretty good, too. I thought I was a temptation. I used to sing The Righteous Brothers, You've Lost That Love and Feeling in the Shower, because I was a member of the Not-So-Righteous Brothers. All right.
Can you sing it for the radio show?
No, that's okay. I got sunshine. Well, Steve Hellwagon's probably on the other line saying, who in the hell is that? Steve, are you there? Did you lose Steve, CJ? I know you're a Mountaineer fan.
Hello.
Steve, are you there?
I'm here. What's going on?
Hey, you ready for your intro?
Yes, that was good.
No, that wasn't your intro. That was mine. Ball of Confusion. Let the man who covers the Ohio State Buckeyes listen to this song for a few seconds. Go ahead, CJ. You know what I miss about college football? I can live without fans, but I always enjoyed that Buckeye band. You know when they dot the I?
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, unfortunately, they're not going to be there tomorrow. It's too bad. They
Yeah.
have been there all season, obviously, because of the pandemic. And the pomp and the pageantry is something we've missed. And hopefully we get this vaccine out to everybody. And by August 2021, we'll be back to where we were or where we ought to be. So in the meantime, though, Ohio State playing Northwestern, fourth straight Big Ten championship on the line for the Buckeyes. And I'm getting ready to head in the car to head to Indianapolis here in a little bit to go witness it in person. So should be a big day tomorrow.
Now they're playing that game where the Colts play, right?
Yeah, Lucas Oil Stadium, one of the nice indoor stadiums. They had a Super Bowl there maybe 6 or 7 years ago, and just a fabulous place to watch games. So it's too bad. Usually they get 66,000 for this game, and about 40,000 of them are Ohio State people. And you know, they kind of take the downtown over there, and it'll be like a ghost town over there this weekend, though.
Yep. Just think of all the people that usually would work the game, the concessions and all. Well, I don't want to talk about that. I get depressed. Listen, I'm looking at this game on paper. To me, this looks like an easy W. But I know what you're going to say. You got to play one game at a time. Northwestern's a good team, but I don't know how long they can last to be competitive. What do you think?
Well, I think you might be on to something. I think Ohio State's got some big play capability that Northwestern may not be able to withstand. And these teams met in the Big Ten championship game there 2 years ago. And it was a close game early, but then a couple guys now with the Washington football team, Dwayne Haskins went deep to Terry McLaurin for a touchdown right before halftime, and it made it 24-7, and it kind of broke the game open. So my feeling is Justin Fields, the quarterback there, if he can make a big play or two and kind of give them that breathing room they need, the Buckeyes should be able to go on and take care of business. Northwestern's got an outstanding defense, however, so, you know, it'll be a great matchup, Ohio State's offense and Northwestern's defense.
Is it safe to say that, you know, if Ohio State wins, I'm just going to put them in the W column, they can move up the ladder to maybe second place because, you know, there's going to be a loser with Notre Dame and Clemson, two other teams in the top four?
Yeah, I think 3 is probably as high as they're going to go because you figure Alabama should beat Florida. They're like a 17-point favorite maybe.
Yeah.
And Clemson, 11-point favorite over Notre Dame to avenge that earlier loss. If Clemson wins, I would put them probably 2, and then Ohio State with the win would be 3. And then probably Notre Dame at 4 would hang in with 1 loss. So I find it hard to believe anybody's going to crash this party here at the 11th hour unless Notre Dame beats Clemson and gives them a second loss and then basically knocks them out. And that would open the door for Texas A&M or Iowa State with a win over Oklahoma or Cincinnati with a win over Tulsa, one of those 3 schools to maybe kind of step in there. So that's probably the only scenario where you find a team that's currently outside the top 4 that would get a bump and move up.
If Clemson beats Notre Dame, is there a chance they could meet a third time down the road?
Oh, no question.
Yeah.
I think the committee will actually work any way they can to avoid that as a maybe a 2 versus 3 type game. That's why I think Ohio State could get the nod for the 3 spot over Notre Dame in that scenario because they would not want to set up a third meeting in the semifinals. But if they both won their semifinal games, then certainly they play a third time in the national championship game. So it is entirely possible, and it'd be basically unprecedented from what I can recollect. I can't remember anything about it. What's crazy is I'm old enough to remember the 1985 NCAA Final Four. You had 3 Big East teams, I think, in the Final Four with Georgetown, Villanova, and St. John's, and I think Villanova and Georgetown played for the 4th time that year when they played in the national championship game, and Villanova stunned Georgetown.
Yeah.
So it'd be something along those lines. You know, you play twice in the regular, or once in the regular season, once in the ACC championship, and once for the national championship possibly. But I don't think they're going to set that up as a semifinal. That just doesn't make any sense. I think you try and get a fresh matchup for those semifinals.
So 1 will play 4, and 2 and 3 will meet. Is that how it looks?
That's it. And most people believe that Alabama, if they're the 1 seed, would get the geographical preference and play in the Sugar Bowl, and the other one would get sent out to the Rose Bowl in Pasadena. Although with the problems California is experiencing with the pandemic, they've moved some professional and college games out of the state of California. And there has been talk that the playoff could move the Rose Bowl out of Pasadena, which would be unprecedented in and of itself. So, maybe Indianapolis or Dallas or somewhere else would host that game because of, it's just difficult, I think, for the limited number of people who'd be going, the teams, plus maybe their parents and family members, to go into a state that is in the situation that California is in right now. Would maybe not be the best thing safety-wise. So if they determine that other semifinal could be played maybe in the Midwest, which would be kind of cool.
Yeah, that would be. That would be. Give me one. Make 2 keys to a W for the Buckeyes.
Yeah, I think they're going to try and establish the run early with Master Teague and Trey Sermon, set some things up then for Justin Fields. And Ohio State's defense really played its best game the last time out against Michigan State, held them to 12 points, and I want to see what they do going against Northwestern. I don't think Northwestern offense is really their calling card. They got a kid, Peyton Ramsey, their quarterback, played at Indiana a couple of years previously, and he did have a 300-yard game against Ohio State back in 2018, but I'm not sure that's going to be the case this go-around. What's neat is the game's played in the climate-controlled dome, and its scoring conditions should be optimum. So should be a fun up-and-down type game for the Buckeyes and the Wildcats.
A very serious question. You ready?
I'm ready.
Do they feed you well in the press box?
Well, yeah, usually most places they do, but they've kind of gone away from that this year. They've gotten a lot of boxed lunches because of the pandemic. I think that's probably what we'll have at Indianapolis. They usually have a nice buffet going with sometimes some carved prime rib or some lasagna, a salad, and I'm getting hungry just thinking. I haven't had lunch yet. I'm going to have to rush out and get lunch now just thinking about it.
Yeah, that's why I miss going to Baltimore because, when I traveled with the Steelers or drove to the game because it was a few hours, I couldn't wait to get there early to stand in line for their crab cakes. Those days are gone.
Yeah.
Or in Dallas. In Dallas, man, you'd get steaks and ribs and stuff, and then you get served by the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders. How great is that in the press box?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Well, we won't see those days anymore. That's okay. Just give me a press pass to do my job. And now you can't even go to the locker room to get scoops. The only place you get scoops is ice cream. So everything is Zoom. You have to go through that, right?
Yeah, after the game tomorrow, we'll talk to the players and coaches on a Zoom call, just as it's been all season. So it's unfortunate. I'm going to have a photo pass for the game, but I can't be down on the field. We'll be in the first few rows of the stadium seating. So, yeah, it's going to be a little bit different. I'm going to need a longer lens to get any good pictures from the front row of the stadium. But at least we're having football, and certainly the NFL has had an entertaining season so far, and that's going to get us through, and hopefully we get this vaccine out to everybody and return to some kind of normalcy in 2021.
Now you live in Ohio, right?
I live just east of Columbus in Pataskala, Ohio. First exit outside the outer belt.
So are you a Reds fan or an Indians fan?
I'm more Reds.
Okay.
Although if the Indians are doing well, they're probably my American League team. So I'm Reds pretty much. I go all the way back to Johnny Bench and Pete Rose and the Big Red Machine, the great battles they had with the Pirates all those years.
Yeah, and they beat my Red Sox in the World Series in '75. You just had to bring up the Reds, didn't you, Steve? You had to ruin my afternoon, Steve.
Yeah, Johnny Bench. And I always make the joke that he hit a ball off that Sitco sign there at Fenway Park, although it'd probably be about a 700-foot blast if somebody did. But that may be the World Series all others are measured against, I think.
And guess what? I had auxiliary press passes for Game 6 with Carlton Fisk still waving.
Wow.
Ask me why I wasn't there.
Oh, no. Why weren't you there?
Because I had front row seats for the Moody Blues. I went to the Boston Garden.
Oh, my goodness.
And when we left the Garden, we went to Bobby Orr's bar restaurant. We were wondering why people were celebrating. Back then, you didn't have ESPN. It was the same post-game show on all the TV sets, TV monitors. And I looked at my buddy, what was it, Brad at the time? We were on the sports station in Boston, and college station, but we got press passes because we were like, you could hear our station all through downtown. And I looked at him, he looked at me, he goes, oh boy, you could always see the Moody Blues, but you're not going to see a World Series game ending like this. I still think about that too, but whatever, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
But that was a great World Series. That was a great World Series. But,
yeah, I was a little guy then. I was only 7 years old.
Yeah, well, thank you, Steve. Thank you very much for that compliment. But the Big Red Machine and the Pirates, they had some great playoff games, you know? And you were lucky the one year Bob Moose threw a wild pitch at your guys.
Yes. No, that was a little before my time, but I've seen the video of that.
Yeah.
And,
made me sick.
Yeah, got him on through to the World Series and so on. But yeah, you know, I hope we have a regular baseball season. They're talking about starting spring training on time and everything. So
we need entertainment. You know, we need entertainment. And I'll tell you one thing. I think the Pirates are 3-0 in fights against the Reds with benches clearing brawls.
It died down this past year without Clint Hurdle ordering all the beanballs. But
And there was a time, there was a crazy pitcher named Doc Ellis. Good interview.
Yeah.
But you had to edit the interview because he used 4-letter words, 11-letter words. He went into the Reds dugout, clubhouse, about an hour before the game, and he's pointing at Joe Morgan. He's pointing at Dave Concepcion. I'm going to hit you. I'm going to hit you. I'm going to hit you. And he did, and all hell broke loose. I think one of your pitchers bit one of the Pirates, Pedro Borbon. Why do I remember this stuff? He bit somebody, and he had to go get a shot or something.
A tetanus shot, yes. Yeah. He dotted the first 3 or 4 guys of the game, You couldn't do that today. They'd throw you out after the second one.
And little Dave Concepcion, he couldn't fight my cat at home. Who had a bear hug on him? I think it was the first baseman. Bob Robertson. I thought he was going to squeeze his belly out of his mouth. That was a great fight. I like fights as long as I'm not in them, Steve.
No doubt. Like to watch it from the side.
That's like I watched Woody Hayes once grab that Clemson player by the helmet. I loved it. Go get him, Woody.
Yeah.
Put the hurts to that guy.
Woody brought the fight, no doubt.
Yeah. Woody and Bo, what a great rivalry that was. What a great rivalry, you know? All right, Steve, you have a safe trip, and we'll talk to you real soon. Go Buckeyes. We're carrying the game, too, aren't we, CJ?
Yep,
we're carrying the game. We
Happy
were very...
holidays, everybody, as well. Should be a fun week, and, you know, the playoff starts January 1st, so these guys get a week off and get right into playoff action.
And we enjoy having Ryan Day on, the Ryan Day press conference or the Ryan Day show, and Steve Elwagon. You know, great 1-2 punch for our radio station, and we thank you.
All right. Take care and have a good holiday.
All right. Bye-bye. Yeah, you missed some stuff in the 70s. I know you weren't there. And you weren't there, CJ, in the 80s. You weren't there in the 90s. Were you around in the 90s? When were you born?
2002.
Wow.
I'm a 2000s baby.
Yeah, you are. Okay. All right. But you're learning a lot from this old geezer, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Old gasser. Just don't call me late for breakfast or anything, you know? Yeah. Well, we have a few minutes. I think we'll do it with Butch. Let's see if there's any sports oldies we can go over here. John McEnroe, don't like him. One we won't mention. Okay. Where's all the birthdays, Bill, for the sports figures? You don't remember the Beach Boys either, do you?
I'm familiar with them.
Elvis Costello?
I don't know their names.
He was a big time. He made a rare TV appearance. He didn't really like performing with the media, but he was on NBC Saturday Night Live with Sid Vicious. You remember Sid Vicious? You had to remember this, okay? The Sex Pistols. No?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm 0 for 3 with the young man from Marietta, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. You're not practicing or anything, are you?
Nope.
But you're going to class?
No.
Or is that Zoom?
We're on winter break right now.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Yeah, we start back January 18th. We'll be in person. We'll be down on the campus.
Okay. But you're working at the hospital, serving food. That's a good thing.
Yep.
Hats off. You're working
Thank
there.
you.
I'd rather see you here. But you know what? Two
Yep.
paychecks from different places, it all helps, doesn't it?
Yep.
You know what I mean? You talked to Coach Young lately.
I have not.
Okay. I should give him a call. I'll probably call him next week to wish him a Merry Christmas, and my buddy Reno in
Yeah.
Steubenville, who answers the phone. Yeah, you know. You know Reno? He's a good guy, but you got to get to know him.
Yeah, I've never met him.
Yeah. So, you know, I should ask him how recruiting's Oh, they don't do that. Yeah, I'm going to get a phone call. I know.
You're going to get a couple phone calls
Yeah,
probably.
I knew Steubenville was good before I even came to this area, you know, because I always read about how many championships and how many great players they've had. And I knew about Wheeling Central, you know.
Yep.
We have a Wheeling Central like in Pittsburgh. It's called Central Catholic or whatever, all right? Some greats have come out of there. A guy named Danny Marino. Does that ring a
I'm
bell?
not familiar with him.
You're not familiar with?
I'm just kidding.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Yeah, one of the all-time greats. We thought he'd be going to a lot of Super Bowls.
Yep.
But the one he played against Joe Montana, we thought we'd see Danny there every year.
Yeah.
Thank you, Don Shula, you and your running game, when you had the best passer in football. But that's okay. That's all right. Great memories of Danny at Pitt Stadium when they were like 1 and 2 for 3 or 4 years in the country. And yeah, I still miss. And you don't know what it's like, Pitt and West Virginia in the old days, playing football.
Yeah.
They should be playing in every sport. I know they wrestled together.
Yep.
They play basketball. Well, they're not doing it this year.
Mhm.
Probably because Pitt feels they're going to lose. Pitt, if you're listening, Pitt, I said it, I meant it, and I'm here to represent it. Anyhow, they should be playing Duquesne. You know, the two campuses are a couple miles apart, but Duquesne's got a solid team this year.
Yeah.
Pitt won't play them.
Nope.
Not
at
even
all.
not even on the Peterson Event Center. Give me a break.
Yep.
What do they have next week? They have Duke. That might be an L. And North Carolina.
That's an L.
Yeah. Pitt should be.
Couple tough games coming up.
Pitt should be playing West Virginia and Syracuse. Syracuse and West Virginia should be in the ACC. But thank you, Coach K, because you didn't think some of those athletes are smart enough or academic-wise. You know, I like to see the classes your players attend, Coach K.
Yep.
You know? You know? How to put on a jockstrap. 101. Yeah.
Speaking of basketball, there's a game tonight on WVLY.
What time?
7 o'clock.
And who's here at 2 o'clock?
Rick.
Our man Rick.
Yep.
Another Pennsylvania guy.
Really?
Yeah, you want to mess around with us 2 against 1? Huh? You might be one of us up. But no, Rick knows his stuff, and he only lives a few miles away from me. I should have called him up and see if he wanted to shovel my driveway for $10. Anyhow, just kidding, Rick. But no, he's a good guy. He knows radio. He's been around radio, and he'll be here from, what, 2 to 6?
2 to 5.
2 to 5?
Yep. And then River at Shady Side at 7 o'clock on WVLY.
Well, confuse me even more. What's on from 6 to 7?
SB Nation.
SB Nation. There you go. Special people.
Yep.
That's what the variety show's about, special people. And one of them I'm looking at, a future leader in our country, C.J. Rose. We need more young people like him. You know why? Because a lot of young people don't listen to old gassers like me. This guy listens, and I listen to him. We're good listeners and good talkers. You want to take a break?
Yeah.
We got the legend coming on.
Yep.
And he's got all these games, the Big Ten, the 8. We got one tonight. The Pacific 12 or 10, whatever.
Pac-12?
Oregon, yeah, Pac-12. It's the, I almost said Pac-Man. You remember Pac-Man? Did you ever
Yeah,
play Pac-Man?
yeah.
Okay. Oh, well, yeah, I like that. Oregon and Southern Cal. I don't like the Trojans, so I'm rooting for Oregon. We'll be right back.
The Watchdog is FM 98.1, AM 1600 WKKX Wheeling, FM 97.7, AM 1370 WVLY Moundsville.
The ABC News is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal at Thomas Auto Centers.
Security Council saying it meets long-standing requirements for continuity of government operations.
The FDA could give its full emergency authorization for the Moderna COVID vaccine at any time. ABC News contributor Dr. John Brownstein says once given the green light, it will be rolled out.
Importantly, for this Moderna vaccine, we know that it can be stored at warmer temperatures, -4 degrees versus -94, and it can be refrigerated for 30 days versus 5. That's going to be a boost to access in the supply chain.
Lawmakers briefed today on the massive cyber attack on U.S. government agencies. They believe it's linked to Russia. Democratic Representative Stephen Lynch said it's still not clear.
There are as many as 18,000 individual entities, both private and government, that have been compromised here.
You're listening to ABC News.
I worry about lots of things. My finances, my grandkids.
If you're 65 or older, you have enough things to worry about. Pneumococcal pneumonia shouldn't be one of them. Even healthy adults 65 and older are at increased risk for this potentially serious bacterial lung disease that can disrupt your life for weeks. Help protect yourself with the Prevnar 13 pneumococcal 13-valent conjugate vaccine, diphtheria CRM 197 protein. Prevnar 13 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 13 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Prevnar 13 does not protect against all strains of the disease. Don't get Prevnar 13 if you have had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with a weakened immune system may have a lower response to the vaccine. The most commonly reported side effect was pain at the injection site. For additional common side effects and full prescribing information, please call 1-866-694-9300 or visit Prevnar13.com. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 13.
Investigators in New York say that they've found deficiencies in the way the NYPD handled the George Floyd protests.
The NYPD's tactics during George Floyd protests produced excessive enforcement that contributed to heightened tensions, the city's Department of Investigation said in a new report. Some policing decisions lacked context or proportionality, the report said, and were carried out by officers who lacked sufficient training. Mayor Bill de Blasio said he agreed with the report. The police commissioner pledged to incorporate recommendations into future policy. The report also said the protests were largely peaceful and the actions of most police officers were appropriate. Aaron Katursky, ABC News, New York.
Detroit's county sheriff loses his battle with COVID-19.
Benny Napoleon, the popular, larger-than-life, charismatic Wayne County sheriff, had been a fixture in the city seemingly forever, starting out with the police department nearly 50 years ago at 18. County Commission Chair Alicia Bell.
Benny Napoleon was so much to so many people, beloved by so many people, and he will sorely be missed.
He had been in the hospital for 3 weeks on a ventilator fighting COVID-19. Benny Napoleon was 65. Derek Dennis, ABC News.
A legal victory for a Michigan man who sued his parents for getting rid of his pornography collection. The man says that collection is worth around $29,000. The ruling allows him to seek compensation. The man lived with his parents for 10 months after his divorce. This is ABC News.
Introducing Canada Dry Bold Ginger. It's not your grandma's ginger ale. I know because I'm not your grandma. I don't pressure you to get married. I say play the field all you want. And I drink new Canada Dry Bold Ginger with an extra kick of real ginger taste that would blow the bingo cards out your grandma's bag. I drink it while watching backyard wrestling. There's more on the line when the wrestlers don't have insurance. New Canada Dry Bold Ginger, not your grandma's ginger ale.
Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
Highland Sports Complex is the coolest destination for sports and entertainment the Ohio Valley has ever seen. Pop in for some open basketball in our field house or reserve some turf time for your next practice or game on our synthetic fields. Online registration is open for development classes and leagues for youth and adults. Highland Sports is also the hottest destination for birthday parties and other events. So come challenge yourself on our play climb and enjoy your favorite virtual reality game in the arcade. No memberships required, so visit highlandsports.com to find your next entertainment experience and get ready to reach new heights.
Toyota-thon is on, making now the best time to visit your Toyota dealer and to save big on the car, truck, or SUV you've been dreaming of, like a 21 4Runner or a 21 Tacoma, both with $1,000 cash back from Toyota. Take $1,000 back on a 21 gas model Corolla or $1,500 on a hybrid. Or check out a 21 RAV4 with available all-wheel drive, now with $1,000 cash back. Or a select model 21 Highlander and take up to $1,500 cash back. Take $2,000 cash back on a new 2020 gas model Camry or $3,000 on a hybrid model Camry. Visit buyatoyota.com, Toyota's official website for deals, to check out inventory, build your own Toyota, and to find a dealer near you. All to help make buying or leasing your next Toyota easy and affordable. You can take cash back or apply toward down payment. Offers exclude TRD Pro models and hybrid offers vary. See your dealer for details. Toyota-thon is on, so hurry. Go see your Toyota dealer today. Offers end January 4th. Toyota, let's go places.
I'm Josh from Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration. I hope you are staying healthy. We continue to respond to structural, fire, and water emergencies. We are combating COVID-19 with our highly trained staff and latest disinfection systems, providing preventative and reactive disinfection to facilities around the region, while working with area hospitals on isolation areas and air filtering. At Panhandle, we continue to follow social distancing and hygiene protocols. We are dedicated to our community, and together, we will get through this.
For all of your IT needs, visit OmniPerforms.com. Omni Strategic Technologies, the only IT company that the watchdog trusts.
From our family to yours, season's greetings.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from Ross.
Days from the Watchdog, AM 1600 WKKX and AM 1370 WVLY.
Give us a call and tell us what you're thinking. Locally, 304-214-1600. Out of the area, toll free, 866-514-1600 or 304-232-8255. The views and opinions expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of this station or its sponsors.
You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of sound. A dimension of sight. A dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both shadow and substance, of things and ideas. You've just crossed over into the Twilight Zone.
Now it's time for Bill DeFabio on AM 1600 WKKX, the Watchdog.
Where am I going to go when I die? 6 foot under? End up in a mausoleum? Spread my ashes across Fenway Park? You got to pay for that now, I guess. My ashes at the Wild Things field? By the way, I talked to the owner a few months ago. I said, boss, I've only missed, 5 or 6 games since 2002 when you opened the gates? When I die, will you want to name the press box after me? He goes, sure, Bill, if you want to pay for it. I guess money talks, huh?
Yep.
I don't want anything named, whatever. But, or you could go to a place, I think it's up by Newcastle. They bury you like you are, and you disintegrate into the dirt, whatever, You're back with nature. My luck, they would dump me in the ground somewhere, and some creature would combine whatever remains are left. You know what I mean? What an interesting thought, Ron, during the lunch hour, CJ.
Yep.
Why didn't you stop me before I went crazy?
I don't know.
All right, you got it queued up for our next guest?
Yep.
Yep. He's the wanderer. Sometimes I wonder about him. Sometimes he comes out of left field with his predictions. But 9 out of 10 times, well, let's make it 7 out of 10 times, he's right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Bobby the Legend. Yeah.
And I love them, cause to me they're all the same. I hug them and I squeeze them, they don't even know my name. They call me the Wanderer, yeah, the Wanderer. I roam around. Oh, well, there's Flo on my left arm and there's Mary on my right. And Janie is the girl, well, that I'll be with tonight. And when she asks me which one I love the best, I tear open my shirt and I show a Rosie on my chest, cause I'm a wanderer.
All right, let's say hello to the legend. Bobby, I understand you're in a barber shop. Am I right?
Live at Sal's Barbershop. Say hello, boys. Say hello to Billy.
Yeah. What the hell are you doing in a barber shop? You don't need a haircut. You just had one.
I got no heat, no cable. I got this my last opportunity. My man Sal came to order here. By the way, born and raised in McKees Rocks years ago. If I had a name like Dabo, I'd have probably been beat
Dabo.
up.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, so you have no heat, no power, no cable. So you went to the barber shop to be on the show. That's a first.
Correct. That's the first.
Yeah. Hey, I got to
Number
ask you.
two.
I got to ask you real quick before I forget, because you know I'm older than you. What'd you think of my friend Mike Pasolacqua while he's sticking his nose up to the governor, and a lot of restaurants in Washington County are open now?
Unbelievable. I mean, that takes a lot of courage to do something like that.
What could Wolf do to him? Anything?
You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking maybe that might send the state troopers or something.
Nah, I don't
you know,
think so.
No. He's good. You know, unfortunately, he's going to be paying a lot of fines for doing that.
Well,
hey,
you know,
Billy, I got to ask you something. How much money did that guy get paid in the locker room when he ran the ball out of the end zone Monday night?
I have no idea.
What kind of handshake was that?
I don't know.
Because
I didn't see it.
FoxSports.net had 78% money on the Browns. And I'll give you another stat right now. $166,000 the William Hill Casino lost on just that one play.
What about the guy that bet $40,000 on the Browns to win, straight up? $40,000. I would have bet my cat. I would have bet my cat, old girlfriends or whatever, but not 40 grand.
Just think of the money he lost on the juice alone with 40 grand.
Yeah. You know, and I know Cleveland Brown. Well, we carry the Cleveland Browns. The reason why they're 9-4 because we just got their contract for the next 5 years, so we're the good luck charm. But you know what? If I'm a Cleveland Brown fan, don't get too excited because that is not a good defense. And if you're a Steeler fan, you want to play the Browns maybe in the wild card or whatever in the postseason. You don't want anything to do with the Ravens. So, am I right? Come on, tell me I'm right, legend.
You're right. You'll get at least one game here, and you don't want to play the Ravens. That is correct.
Don't want anything to do with Lamar Jackson, who looked like Superman coming out of the bathroom or whatever. That was some game. That was one of the best games I have ever seen. And you know me, I've covered everything. I think I covered the first Rose Bowl game back in 1922, or at least my clone did, when W&J played California, I think, to a 0-0 tie. Was there betting back then, Bobby?
Of course there was.
Okay.
This barbershop's been here since 1947.
Okay. All right. Don't tell me you're surrounded by Notre Dame fans.
No, I have one Clemson fan.
Okay.
He's against me.
Okay. Well,
he's a sharp guy.
That game's the first one on the agenda since I said it. So who do you like and why? Notre Dame and Clemson.
Okay, we might as well start off with Notre Dame and Clemson. Notre Dame is 6-0 against the spread. The last 6 games when they're playing a team with a winning record. They're 5-1 against the spread at a neutral site, and they're 19-9 against the spread the last 28 following an off week. So with that set in mind, being a Notre Dame fan, I'm going Notre Dame 34, Clemson 21.
Yeah.
I think that the Notre Dame defense can. I just want to see what the quarterback does for Clemson. They can shake them up a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And I think they can meet again down the road. So, as we mentioned with Steve Hellwagon, our voice for the Ohio State Buckeyes. So that would be cool. You know, he mentioned 1985 when Villanova and Georgetown met in basketball for what, the 4th time? Do you remember that big upset in the final game? Mighty Georgetown losing to Villanova Wildcat? I think the head coach is still running around shaking hands and kissing people. That was a huge, huge upset. Same with Coach V. They upset what? Who was it they upset? Houston? When he was at North Carolina State? Yeah. He's still running around looking to hug somebody. He couldn't find anybody to hug.
Probably one of the greatest all-time speeches of Jim Belvano.
Oh, yeah. And I was lucky a long time ago to talk to him. I think somebody at the pit offices knew him and arranged that I have him on a talk show at the Big Stick in Pittsburgh. That's what they call it. But, yeah, he's top 10 interviews of all time. A good man, a kind man, and here he is dying, and, you know, he's thinking about other people. So he's a people's choice, you know, and we always remember him because the Coach V has raised a lot of money for charity. All right, what's your next game?
I got a game tonight, Oregon, USC. Oregon got thrown in there because of Washington has the COVID problem. Both of these teams are pretty equal on offense and defense. Oregon's 28th on offense, 62 in defense. USC is 24th on offense, 44th in defense. It opened up, this tilt opened up -4. It's -3. But in December, USC is 2-6, their last 8 games. Oregon is 15-3, their last 18 games. So I'm going to favor Oregon tonight, 35-24.
So Oregon will bust those Trojans.
Yeah,
Don't comment on that. That's okay. People will take it the wrong way.
Okay, USC, they're crying because of Ohio State got in and they feel they're 13th, they're undefeated.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You know, I used to tease Troy Polamalu. I hated, and I still don't like USC. I hated that horse.
Hey, I love USC.
Well, you won't be working with me anymore. No, but it made me. If I was there, I would try. Well, I can't hurt a Trojan, but okay. But I guess. Hey, can you imagine Juju Schuster stepping on the SC logo at the 50-yard line? Are there bets that he's going to do that in Cincinnati Sunday?
That's the problem with that guy. You know, he's doing all this TikTok and all this garbage running around doing. You know, he should concentrate on trying to beat the Bengals instead of, doing stuff like that.
You heard what Le'Veon Bell just said today. Opposing player ought to just go out there and meet him, tackle him, or hit him. That would be great. You don't do that to somebody's logo. Although Baker Mayfield did it when I think his college team beat Ohio State. He took that flag and stuffed it in the logo at Ohio State. If I'm a Buckeye, I would have been really upset.
Hey, who was the guy? Can't think of the receiver that played for the Cowboys that did that.
Oh, they had some wackos.
He played for San Francisco. He did it, but he ended up playing for the Cowboys and the Eagles. He broke his leg in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I see his face. I can't remember. Okay, next game.
Okay, we're going with the rematch. Oklahoma, Iowa State. Oklahoma's favored by 5.5. I like the running back from Hill, Purdy, the quarterback. Oklahoma's been playing some ball though. They're stomping on everybody. But I like Iowa State 24-14.
Okay. I like Iowa State. When's the last time we talked about Iowa State in a championship game, right? 100 years? Jeez. Is Northwestern Ohio State on your venue?
Northwestern Ohio State is on my venue, but I also have Alabama, Florida.
Well, I think that's going to be a mismatch, but you never know.
Desmond Howard come out with a good point from ESPN. He said, what happened if Florida wins? I mean, they didn't move in the polls. They were 7th in the polls. What would that do to fluctuate the way the
what if Florida wins?
4?
Don't you think Alabama's still in the top 4?
Yeah, they'll still be in the top 4.
Because that's college football's team, right? Like the Yankees are America's team. Dallas is supposed to be America's team. Yeah. But Alabama, they bring the ratings.
Alabama is running over everybody right now. And they like I said last week about the Heisman Trophy, they have the 3 candidates. They got the quarterback, they got the running back, and the wide receiver.
Yep. All right. So give me a score.
I like Iowa State, 24-14. And then I have the Alabama score 42-17. Here, I got some trends here. Florida State's 5-2 against the spread their last 7 against the winning record, and they're following a loss. They're 5-2, but they're 4-1 against the spread as an underdog the last 5.
That's Florida, right? Not Florida State.
That's Florida, right?
Okay. Well, Tim Tebow's coming back. Marquise Pouncey's coming back. Joe Hayden's coming back for Florida. There you go. All right, you want to hit the pros?
Well, I have the Northwestern Ohio State game for you.
Well, hurry up.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Northwestern's 1-7 against the spread against Ohio State. But I think Ohio State got to come out and destroy this team. I mean, to get some recognition, to get up past my beloved Irish.
Yeah. Do you think it's crossed the minds of some of the coaches of these teams, if they win, we're going to run up the score. That'll look good. You think they'll run up the score if they have the chance? I do.
Well, they're going to have to.
Okay. All right. Okay, what do you have? You have a couple games for the pros? I hope you say yes to
Yeah.
New Orleans.
I have the Green Bay Carolina game, which I think that'll be a breath of fresh air for Aaron Rodgers because during the playoffs he's used to playing up in Lambeau.
Yeah.
And then Josh Allen, who pretty much beat up the Steelers Monday night, is playing up in Denver. But Josh Allen, he's used to the cold weather. And right now they don't know if Drew Brees is playing on Sunday. I don't think he will play.
I just got on my phone. He is playing.
Oh, so he is
So
playing.
does that change the venue of numbers? If you're
Yeah,
better?
that 3.5. Kansas City's favored by 3.5. I think maybe it'll probably go down a point.
Okay.
Being that he's playing.
Do they allow fans in New Orleans? Do you know, CJ? If they allow fans in New Orleans at their home games? Because if they do, that could be a problem because it's so noisy.
Yeah.
Other than Seattle, that New Orleans Superdome is one of the loudest stadiums I've ever been in.
I think they might have limited seating.
All right. So
By the way-
with Drew Brees, you like the Chiefs' chances of winning or vice versa?
I like the Chiefs because they have too much speed. By the way, my official odds maker from the barbershop just alerted me that it is Kansas City -3.
-3. Okay. All right. You have a score?
I do. I think it'll be 31-21 Kansas City.
31-21. Okay. All right. Okay. Anything else? You have a few minutes, so you can talk.
I got you a Christmas gift, as a matter of fact.
Bah humbug.
Your Christmas gift will be a picture of the Mancini's bread tree from McKees Rocks. They made a tree out of bread, and it's 6 foot tall. I'm going to take a picture of it for you, and I'm going to send it to you.
Do you know how many people down here don't know what McKees Rocks is? Do you know that? You always keep bringing, well, this guy was a good player at McKees Rocks. People are saying, so what? Did you play football at McKees Rocks?
Yes, I did.
Oh, okay. Were you a starter?
Yes, I was.
What position? Legend?
I played flanker back, and I played monster back on defense.
You look like a monster back. Yeah. Okay.
If I hit you, you went into the 5th grade.
Oh, come on. Oh, I got to bring a picture of you in and show the people. This is the legend. Come on.
I hit you so hard, I knocked you back into the 5th grade.
Okay. I almost flunked the 5th grade, as a matter of fact. Okay. You played what, back in the 60s or 70s? Or was it the 30s?
No, back in the 70s. Nice try.
Okay, well, yeah, well, I mean. But did Billy Daniels go there, the former Pitt quarterback?
No, Billy Daniels went to Montour.
Okay. John Huffnagel, who went to Penn State, where did he go?
He went to Montour. Ted Kowalik.
Ted Kowalik, a great tight end for the Penn State Nittany Lions. Did you play with him or against him?
No, he's a little too old. Carl Shokowitz was the offensive guard for Stowe Rocks. He played at Penn State, too. He's back in the...
Carl Shokowitz.
Shokowitz.
Shokowitz, that sounds like a vaccine for shingles. Jeez.
He played for the Denver Broncos.
Okay, all right. Okay. I tell you the legend of Boston University Terriers, but we didn't have a whole lot of great players. Fred Berry from Washington High School was one. Dick DeVore from Trinity High School. I think he played third-team All-American. Yeah, he was a linebacker. And then the next thing you know, a few years after I left BU, thank you, no more football, Title IX. But we won't go there.
As I mentioned before, the boss is probably listening. His lovely daughter graduated from Boston U.
Who? What boss?
Kevin Joyce.
Oh.
The owner of the Carlton.
Oh, yeah. You know, I wonder what he thinks of my friend starting this restaurant revolution. I think it's cool. I think it's cool.
He's very good friends with Michael.
Yeah, well, Folks, if you're ever in the Berg, and I hope it's open soon, the Carlton is a great place, especially. What's my favorite? Veal chops?
Your veal chop with French fries,
Yeah.
garlic butter.
Oh, yeah, which is all bad for me now, but that's okay. And if you have the legend wait on you, you'll get back to me and say, probably the best waiter I've ever had, because he treats you really nice. He's a pain in the ass when you hardly drink any water, and he keeps refilling the glass every 5 minutes. Legend, don't bring me any more water. I don't need any more napkins. I'm okay. Then he'll come back and say, you need anything? That's why we leave him the big tip. And you know I'm a good tipper, right, Bob? You better say the right
Yes,
thing.
you are. You're an excellent tipper.
All right. Okay. Want to touch bases Monday for a couple minutes?
I would love to do that.
Yeah, we'll touch bases on the Bengals. What's the Pittsburgh odds? Aren't they favored by 12 or something?
12.5, as a matter of fact, Monday night.
Well, you might have to change that to 3. There's rumor, and I start rumors. I love starting rumors. Boomer Esiason's going to start for Cincinnati. Or Kenny Anderson. They both would help the team.
Jeff Blake.
Oh, Jeff Blake. He was awful. He could run, but he'd run in the wrong direction. All right. Hey, man, thank you very much. Never had a guest talk from a barber shop. I guess there's a first for everything. Just don't be doing a show from the funeral home, okay?
Hey, Billy, all the boys want to say goodbye.
Okay, say goodbye to Bill.
Gentlemen. They said Merry Christmas.
All right, okay. Thanks for taking care of my buddy Bobby. I know in a conversation you guys can't get a word in edgewise, but that's Bobby the legend. Thank you, Bobby.
Very much. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the games.
I will. Bye-bye. Okay. You like Southern Cal?
Yeah.
Well, I got to talk to the boss. I don't think we can work together. No. By the way, the Troy Polamalu book is one of the best I've ever written. I mean, yeah, I wish I did write it. It's got like 16 pages of color photos of when Troy was a stud in baseball, you know?
Really?
He could play basketball. But it's a sad story about, growing up where he grew up with, a lot of brothers and sisters and cousins all together, and they had to make ends meet, and it was, and he is so humble, so humble. This book should turn into a movie. Then Jim Wexler will be a star, and he'll never talk to me again. Folks, that's got to be on your Christmas list. All ages, Troy Polamalu. It's a great book, and I don't say that about a lot of sports books because a lot of them are like, I want to get the John Thompson story. That book is out.
Yeah.
Famous coach at Georgetown who yelled at me when I introduced him to a crowd. I was just doing my job.
Yeah.
It was the Dapper Dan. McDonald's All-American game. That's where I went. And number 8, Kobe Bryant. And I was told by my boss, who we should have on the air, he used to be a spokesperson for Nike, and I said to him, you know what else do you want me to do? He says, you see any personalities, any famous people, I want you to announce them. So in front of 17,000 people, I said, we'd like to welcome the head coach at Georgetown University, Mr. Hoya, John Thompson. He came over, and I thought he was going to hit me. He said, why'd you do that? Because he got booed by people there because it's all pit, right?
Yeah.
I said, because my boss told me to do it. And he knew who my boss was. So, Nike put a lot of money in bank accounts for teams, I think everything's Nike, isn't it? I went to the Nike outlet at Tanger. I found 2 nice pairs of shoes. They were like $120 each on sale. So I didn't buy them. All right? Okay. Yeah, I do have a Nike gym bag given to me at Super Bowl 13 when the NFL would give you all kinds of things. It was one of the original gym bags with the Nike swish. Okay, that might be worth some money. Yeah, it's a blue bag with silver lettering. You don't see a Nike gym bag anymore. Yeah, they used to give us a lot of stuff because we were the media. We'd have gym bags, clipboards, radios, pens, patches, Now they're lucky to give you a press pass. Then they put you up in cheap seats to cover the game to give them a lot of exposure. Do you think they really need the media? You think the Teflon Man, Mr. Goodell, needs the media? No, he don't need. He needs the TV money. We're talking, what, $100 billion or something coming up in the next contract for 10 years?
Sounds about right.
Can you imagine? I couldn't imagine $1 billion. $100 billion TV money?
I couldn't even imagine $1 million.
Yeah, I can't even imagine $500. I'd be a happy man if I had $500 right now. Billions of dollars. That's why If you watch a game, they have 7. It's great. Let's take a 30-second commercial. Well, they're back in 5 minutes after about 8 commercials. You ever watch any of the TV shows?
Yep, all the time.
Yeah, commercials. I know that pays the rent. That's why I like Netflix, okay?
Yeah.
Pretty soon they'll charge me for that, okay? They'll charge me to breathe the air. No, they won't. They won't take the air away from me, okay? CJ, we got Butch on the line. Want to take a quick break?
Yep.
Okay, Butch is with us, and we found a very special air check of an early Butch Maxwell audition in a studio. You won't believe how his voice improved. All that's coming up because I got something that nobody else, including Butch, has. It's an early air check of Butch Maxwell before he started a group called the M80s. All right? I should have started a group in the M50s. Call it the Oldies But Goodies, because I'm an oldie but goodie. Or am I an oldie but moldy? Don't you answer that, CJ. I'll come flying across that window, and you can beat the heck out of me. Okay, we'll be right back.
The Metro News Update is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal at Thomas Auto Centers.
West Virginia Metro News. I'm Chris Lawrence. A hitch in the distribution of the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine for West Virginia. State Adjutant General James Hoyer says the Mountain State has learned the planned supply of the vaccine to be delivered next week will be less than anticipated.
We were told last night potentially that states would receive potentially somewhere between a 40 and a 45% reduction in their Pfizer allocation.
However, Hoyer says they have an alternative plan, provided the Moderna vaccine wins approval today, as it is expected to from the FDA. He says they'll be in line to fill those areas next week with the Moderna vaccine that we're supposed to get the Pfizer inoculation. Governor Jim Justice and his COVID-19 task force talking more about the vaccine and giving updates and developments with the coronavirus this hour. Watch the briefing at WBMetroNews.com. Numbers today from the DHHR show the active case numbers went back above 22,000 this morning in West Virginia. 1,266 cases confirmed in today's report since yesterday, and the positivity test rate at 7.28%. Meanwhile, in Washington, Congress expected to work through the weekend trying to hammer out a bipartisan compromise on a stimulus funding bill for those impacted. U.S. Senator Shelley Moore Capito.
Those conversations are going on. All the leaders are talking along with the White House. I think we'll have this done in the next 2 to 3 days, and I think there's a lot in here that'll help West Virginia businesses and individuals.
You're listening to Metro News, the voice of West Virginia. 2 of the state's premier ski resorts will open up for the season this weekend. The new Timberline opens today in Canaan Valley tomorrow. Joe Stevens at the West Virginia Ski Areas Association says that nor'easter this week is a big help.
All the resorts already have snow on the trails that they've made, but all this natural snow that we've gotten this week, it is icing on the cake, as it may be, but it also, when people see it in the news or hear about it in the news, they start thinking about playing outdoors.
From the Metro News Anchor Desk, I'm Chris Lawrence.
Give the gift of safety and security with AAA. Save $20 on a new gift membership, plus add a second eligible member for free, and get a free $10 gift card. Call or visit your local office or AAA.com/AAA gift.
1 in 3 adults has prediabetes. 1 in 3. That means it could be you, your football buddy, your football buddy, or you, your best man, your worst man, you, your dog walker, your cat jogger. While 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
You took the first step and quit smoking, but even former smokers may still be at risk for lung cancer. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know about a new low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early. It takes only 60 seconds and could save your life. You took the first step, now take the next. Visit SaveByTheScan.org for a simple quiz to see if you're eligible and talk to your doctor about screening. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Baby, when it's cold outside, it's warm on the Watchdog. Live, local, community-driven talk radio. Just the way you like it.
Yeah, I've been called a sick guy. I shouldn't have been such a nice guy because I got fired a lot of times, and I was in the right. But you don't tell a program director he's crazy or shove him against the wall, which I did. But I got a job 2 days later. It's okay. You know, I don't know if you know this story, CJ. I was given an award at the radio one of the radio stations in Pittsburgh, where I was fired 3 times in 2 years, and it was for like the Associated Press commentary, sportscast of the month or whatever. So they had this big party for me, all right, at the WTAE TV because the radio station was there. Okay, you ready for this?
Yep.
I got a plaque, the boss's parking lot for a month, and 2 days later I got fired. So the boss knew somebody from Baltimore that needed a job. That's how that
Really?
worked. Yeah. I can't wait to write the book about nepotism. That's 2 chapters in my business. But I got to wait for a couple more people to die.
Yeah.
Yeah, I learned that from Tommy James and the Shondells, which you've never heard about. All right, we found a special air check. It was on reel-to-reel, and I had a hard time transferring it to digital, okay? Because I couldn't find a reel-to-reel tape recorder. You know, in college, I would drag around the various sports venues like the Boston Garden, Fenway Park, with this big Wallen sack that weighed 20 pounds and a cheapo microphone from Radio Shack. But I have a friend who works stereo outlet in Washington. He transferred this to digital, and we have it here. It's Butch Maxwell's first audition. Okay, Butch, are you there? Butch, are you listening?
Yes, I'm here.
I found this, and I'm going to give it to you. It's your first air check. CJ,
All right.
hit that button, the master. Go ahead.
Tiptoe through the window, by the window, that is where I'll be. Come tiptoe through the tulips with me. Oh, tiptoe from the garden, from the garden.
You like that, huh, CJ?
Yeah.
I know what you're thinking, Butch. Why would I play that? You ready?
Yeah, sure.
Today is Tiptoe Down the Owl Day.
It's what?
Tiptoe Down the Owl Day. On this date, way back, don't give me the dates. Here we go. It was on the Johnny Carson Show, 1969, on this date, December 18th, that Tiny Tim, his real name was Herbert Bushingham Quarry. I can't even say that. No wonder he calls himself Tiny Tim. He married Miss Vicky, whose real name was Victoria Buttinger, there you go, on The Tonight Show. And Tiny Tim, of course, played Tiptoe Through the Tulips. How do you like that on NBC? It earned the second highest all-time audience rating. Second only to, you would have never guessed this, so I'll tell you, Neil Armstrong's Walking on the Moon. What idiot would stay up to watch Johnny Carson and have Tiny Tim get married? What idiot out there would stay up late to watch that? I did. So I'm an idiot.
Did you?
Yeah. You know how Tiny Tim died, right?
No.
He was doing a benefit in Minnesota. He cut the song short, Tiptoe Through the Tulips, because that was his one and only greatest hit. And as he's walking off the stage, he said to his wife, Miss Sue, that he didn't feel well. And he was making his way to Sue at her table in front of the stage, and while the people were applauding, he collapsed, and he died at the Minneapolis hospital. So.
Yeah, he was a curiosity in the late 60s. He was, I think, I don't know. The first time I saw him, I think he was on the Smothers Brothers show.
Yep.
He was on others. He was on Rowan Martin's Laugh-In and other things of that era. And he released an album right around 1968, I think, and it had Tiptoe Through the Tulips and similar songs, sort of that era.
Yeah.
And he sang everything in a ridiculous falsetto. He had long hair, longer than actually most hippies did in 1968. I mean, it was very, and he was very, very weird when he spoke. He spoke in that falsetto as well.
Yeah.
At least when he was, and he called everybody by Mr. or Miss. You know. And,
Mr. Carson, I remember him saying Mr. Carson. Yeah. Yep. But you know what? Second highest at that time. Second highest all-time audience rating-wise to Neil Armstrong Walking on the Moon. I wonder if Neil was singing Tiptoe Through the Tulips while he was playing golf or walking on the lunar surface. What do you think?
Yeah, he just didn't have to. He didn't have to sing anything at all. He just
No.
had to say what he had to say. And
Yeah, but for all we know, the moon thing might have been taking place in Hollywood, right?
yeah, right. Yeah.
All right. For a chance to win an 8x10 of a smiling Lola Miller, and I have the autograph right here. If you guess this, you could own this. Put it in your library next to the Howard Monroe signed autograph. You ready? Tiny
All
Tim,
right, Alex.
Tiny Tim and Miss Vicky had a daughter. What was her name?
Tiny Vicky.
Nope, Tulip.
Tulip.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. That's
We'll
pretty
save the Howard Monroe autograph and give you Lola's, okay? Just having fun with you, Butch. You know, just having fun with you.
I like it.
You know?
I like it.
We got hockey tonight, hockey tomorrow. There might be 900 people there tonight. People being entertained in an indoor venue. Who would have thought after 8 months, right? 9
Yeah.
months, 10 months.
You know, that's something. I'm sure they can still, properly mask and social distance and things like that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
hope so.
They'll be careful there. Denny Magruder will take care of that. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We don't want any super spreader events, but I'm glad to see something's going on. You know, something that people can do safely and have fun. It's great.
What do you think of my friend that's getting a lot of notoriety around the nation, Mike Pasolaka, and the restaurant boycott?
Don't know a lot about it. Why don't you fill me in?
Well, you know, he was on all 3 Pittsburgh stations yesterday, and I think he's going to be on Fox. He's been on a lot of radio stations, including this one. He has decided, you know, the heck with Governor Wolf. People are losing money. People can't work. He ordered $7,000, $8,000 worth of food weeks ago, and when Wolf said, you know what, you can't serve anybody till January 4th, he's not going to throw that stuff away. His people make a lot of money. He's already lost some banquet time, some party time, so he said to heck with it, and there's about 40 restaurants that opened at 11 o'clock this morning, ready to serve the public. So I don't know what Governor Wolf can do. You know, I don't think he's going to send the Marines to Angelo's restaurant. So I don't know. But you know what?
No, I don't.
It took somebody like Michael to open some eyes and ears. He says, we've been very careful about everything. Have you heard of any deaths in restaurants? We make sure everybody's clean. We make sure we do everything the right way. And my people are going to suffer. While the big name stores, I won't mention Target or Walmart, but the big name stores can bring in hundreds of people. He's got a good point, don't you think?
Yeah, I think there's something to be said for that. And I think that this is such an unprecedented situation that we're really a little lost for what good guidance would be. And this is where leadership is important.
Yes.
And we've not really had good leadership really from the very top of this country. I think it had and really it needs to be guided by scientists, by experts, by evidence. And I really look to at the top of the whole government food chain. The guy at the top has to trust science.
Yes.
And that's not been the case.
Nope.
And so that's why everything is just it's totally messed up. It really is. I don't know if maybe the governor is right on this, but it would sure be nice if we had real data, to inform our decisions.
Yep.
And, I can appreciate how those people feel. I'm an artist. I haven't performed it much. Unfortunately, I've got other ways I can generate income, but not everybody's in that situation.
No.
So the frustration level is really bad, and really what the government needs to do is not ignore it, but rather go about finding out how you can manage this crisis in a better way. What's sensible to shut down? What's sensible to not, to put what type of restrictions on what sorts of businesses?
Yeah.
And the fact is, government has let us down for a lot of years, and now, unfortunately, the general population doesn't really trust government, and so people in the service of government have to make up for a lot of lost ground. They have to restore our faith in their ability to lead. We need that. We do.
Yeah, we do. And with all these restaurants, people are out of work. Think of all the money you could have made with parties and stuff, especially with New Year's coming up.
Yeah.
You know, I
Oh,
feel
yeah.
I feel bad because I do security at Heinz Field. I'm in charge of the visiting team when they get off the bus. I got to make sure of this. But you know what? I'm only one of 74 working on game day at Heinz Field. When there's a packed house, 60,000 or more, there's almost 450 employees. You know, so
Yeah.
in a way I feel lucky, but everything sucks and it can only get better.
Yeah, it will get better. It's just that we've got another 3 or 4, 5 months maybe of difficulty. It's really hard to tell, but it's going to be a bit longer. But we will come out of this. It'll be fine.
Okay. Other than the hockey game,
right now
you
it's
got any?
painful. Pardon me?
Other than hockey, any other news events, entertainment that we should know about?
There's just one thing. I don't know of anything going on, and as far as any bands playing or anything this weekend. I do know that the movies are open. You can go to see those. I've got plans for a Christmas show on Monday for the afternoon drive. We're going to have very special guests, my very good friends. Eric Wellman and Mary Blake are going to come into the studio and play some live Christmas music. Basically, that will be my last show before Christmas. So, and this will be the last time that I speak with you before Christmas too.
That's true too.
So because a week from today, it's the big day, folks. It's Christmas Day.
Oh, that's
1
right.
week from
Yeah.
today. So, So on Monday, do tune into the afternoon drive. It's going to be live and local music, and that's going to be fun. I've actually worked out with Lola. I've got music programmed for that day, so it's going to be an event.
So you'll be on after I'm on, right?
I will on Monday.
Okay,
Yeah,
you need
2
somebody to
o'clock.
play the banjo or accordion?
So that's coming up.
Yeah, you need somebody to play the banjo or accordion?
Why? You know someone?
No.
And nobody wants a banjo or an accordion, basically. Not under many circumstances at all.
Santa Claus one year, I think I was 6 years old, got me a small version of an accordion. I think it was like $40. And I even took some lessons in that, and I got, this is not for me. Then I got a nice guitar. Took lessons back then. It was like $3 for a half hour, which was a lot of money back then. This is not for me. I'm just going to be a rock and roll singer. Well, you see what happened there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you've got the voice made for radio, but just not singing on the radio.
And don't you ever forget I got the face for radio as I got older, okay?
That's right. Absolutely.
Yeah. What are you laughing for, CJ?
That's what I said last week.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I can't remember what I did yesterday. You want to go to the oldies calendar or what?
Yeah, I mean, are you ready for Christmas? Do you have all your gift wraps and everything? You ready to go? Got the eggnog fired up and all that stuff?
No. I re-gift.
Okay. All right.
I was at my relative's house in Aliquippa. They came over on the Santa Maria or the whatever those boats were with Columbus, and they give me those, what do you call them, fruit cakes? So I just rewrap them and give them to people I don't really like.
Oh, sure, the revolving fruit.
Yeah.
And I didn't know the Pilgrims landed in Aliquippa. Okay, never mind.
The Indians did. The Aliquippa Quips. The Quips are the nickname of Aliquippa for right now. Who knows if that'll change? But whatever.
Yeah.
But no, I remember. Let's see.
Now the Blackhawks haven't had to change their name.
No, they're not going to. No, they're not going to.
It's just names that seem to be offensive. That are offensive.
Well, you got high school teams, powerhouse teams in Western Pennsylvania. The North Hills Indians, the Penn Hills Indians. By the way, CJ, both those teams would kick Coach Young's team. By the way, all right. Yeah.
I don't think.
Well, I would bet money on that. You ever see these guys? They look like Division II players. I hope Coach Young's listening. Coach Young, you might be Penn Hills on a bad year. Bad year they don't recruit. I keep saying that. But anyhow, you have the Quips. I mean, I don't know. I was looking at, I have a Cleveland Indian hat with the logo on it, and I can understand. But I also know, what's this trend now? Whatever. Is it the right thing to do? Because there are going to be people upset, Butch, people are going to agree with it. So I don't know. I just, because I'm 69 years old, I can go along with the flow.
And we're white people too, you know. We're not the group that would be offended by that. If indigenous people are offended by that, then fine, you know, we should change it because we're not out. We're out to play baseball. We're not out to offend people. That's not the point, you know.
No.
So, you know, this isn't. You know, it probably doesn't even deserve nearly as much discussion that's being made. But there you go. Yeah, that's 2020 for you.
Yeah, and I don't know the owner of the Cleveland Indians. He does a nice job. He treats his people well. Terry Francona, I watched him play Junior Legion baseball in New Brighton, PA, which is next to Aliquippa. I thought, if you're going to name him, how about the Cleveland Rock, like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, you know?
Yeah, I like that. That's a great idea.
You know, he said we will not use Cleveland Tribe. Well, Tribe is still like Indian, whatever.
Cleveland baseball team?
The Cleveland, well, you got the Washington football team. You know?
But this is baseball.
Don't you want a nickname? So you could spend $190 on uniforms and that would go to the ownership, you know? It's all about merchandising, CJ.
One thing that's happening is a whole lot of people, when all this started happening, a whole lot of people went out and started trying to trademark these names, you know, just speculatively. And that way, you know, when the team owners make up their minds, those names are so expensive that they can't take them.
Yeah. All right, let's look at the oldies calendar. You know what I'm wearing right now? You know what's on my feet?
On your feet?
Yeah.
Probably Crocs. No, I have no idea.
Blue suede shoes, baby.
Oh,
on this date in 1955, Carl Perkins. I wonder if he has a restaurant. Carl Perkins, if he's got a restaurant, they have great breakfast there. Carl Perkins wrote Blue Suede Shoes. Less than 48 hours later, he recorded at the Sun Studios in Memphis. If you have that 45, it's worth a few hundred, believe me. The tune became one of the finest records to be popular on rock, country, and rhythm and blues charts. Bet you didn't know that, Butchie.
No, didn't.
No. Here we go. I'm familiar with this. 1969, Chicago Transit Authority became a gold record for the group of the same name. They later changed it to Chicago. They had a big hit. The album, when it was released, they had to reissue because I think it was a double album. It marked the first time that an artist debut LP was a double record. I remember, I think I paid $2.50 to see Chicago Transit Authority play two of their songs, that's all they had back then, at the Henry Memorial Coliseum on the campus of W&J. $2.75 to see Chicago Transit Authority.
Those were the days.
Yep. And on this date in 1970, the Beach Boys played to royalty at the Royal Albert Hall. I wonder why they haven't called me for one of my famous speeches about networking. Maybe I'll still get a call. But they played in London, of course. That's the home of Royal Albert Hall. Princess Margaret was in attendance, and the Beach Boys shook the royal jewelry to such classics as Good Vibrations, I Get Around, and Help Me Rhonda. That would have been a great evening. Me, the Princess, and the Beach Boys. What do you think of that trio, Butch?
That would be an interesting pairing.
Yep. And on this date in 1976, Ted Turner had a TV station. He changed the call letters to WTBS. It was uplinked via satellite to become the first commercial TV station to cover the entire United States. WTBS started on 4 cable systems available in 24,000 homes. You watch TBS or TNT?
Not anymore, but I know they're still around.
Yep. I watch their basketball games.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Let's go to birthdays. Who's John Henry? That's not John Henry Johnson. We don't care about him. Arthur Fiedler. I saw him when I was going to school in Boston.
What?
Back in '74, Arthur Fiedler, the Boston Pops Orchestra. I also saw a young Johnny Williams. How about that? Am I a lucky guy? Arthur Fiedler, born on this date in 1894. Mr. Fiedler passed away July 10th, 1979. I think I was forced to see Arthur Fiedler by a lady I was dating at MIT. That didn't last long. If you know anything about MIT, you know anything about MIT, CJ? You need brains to get in there.
Yeah.
I didn't have the brains. But she wanted to go see Arthur Fiedler. Then after that, she dumped me after I took her to dinner at McDonald's. I couldn't afford a nice restaurant. You know what I mean? Johnny Williams, you like him, Butch?
John Williams?
Yeah, John Williams. He did a lot of the soundtracks to famous movies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, great composer.
Yeah. Did you buy Penthouse magazine when you were little, Butchie?
I'd seen it before, but I didn't regularly pick it up or anything. Just that was the one that had the Penthouse Forum. That was what it was most famous for. Yeah.
The publisher was Bob Cuccione, good Italian guy,
Yes.
I guess. Yeah, he passed away in 2010. I used to get Penthouse all the time. I'd go to my barber shop where they had Penthouse and Playboy, and I would take them home, read them, and then bring them back.
I'll bet you did.
Yeah, I did.
I'll bet you read them.
Yeah. I did read them. I liked the cartoons in Playboy.
Oh, yeah. Playboy had some good cartoons.
They had great
They had
cartoons.
they actually had some good interviews in it, too.
CJ, did you ever read a Playboy magazine?
Nope.
No? Penthouse magazine?
Nope.
Hustler?
Nope.
I got you. Sports Illustrated?
Yep.
There you go. You got to be careful in the first three. Your friends from Wheeling Central will be listening, you know?
Yeah.
Good Catholic young man. Okay, all right. Did you read Playboy, Butch? Come on, be honest.
Did I?
Off the record. Did you read Playboy? Off the record.
No, I read it on the record, yeah.
Ernie Hudson, a great character guy. I saw him getting eaten by the aliens in the second Alien movie. How many movies were there with aliens? 5?
At least 4, yeah.
Yeah, he was in Tornado. That was a bad movie. The Hand That Rocks the Cradle. I didn't get that one, but I liked him in Ghostbusters. That's one of my popular all-time great movies that I could watch over and over again. Plus, I like the soundtrack. I love the soundtrack. My time is up. Hey, look forward to your Christmas party on Monday. All right.
Yes, everybody have a good Christmas.
All
right. All right.
Let me know if you need a banjo player.
All right.
Did you know Howard Monroe could play the banjo?
Oh, you know what? That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. He could play the banjo with his teeth. He's so talented. I love you, Howard, if you're listening. If not, you missed a good show, variety show. CJ, nice job.
Thank
CJ,
you.
you're going to work with a true professional, too. His name is Rick, all right?
Yep.
All right. I'm Bill DeFabio, and I am out of here.
The Watchdog is FM 98.1, AM 1600 WKKX Wheeling, FM 97.7, AM 1370 WVLY Moundsville.
The ABC News is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal at Thomas Auto Centers.
Creating chaos around where he'll be getting it done, but he will be doing it in public, which is important to us, as he's stated many times, to send a clear message to the public that it is safe.
A new round of relief aid could be coming from Congress. That is, if lawmakers can agree. Debate over those direct payments, a major hurdle. Efforts by Republican Senator Josh Hawley to secure $1,200 worth of direct checks to Americans blocked today.
Hawley has been working with Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders on a direct check effort for several weeks. He left the Senate floor on Friday so frustrated that he said he may derail a short-term funding effort to prevent a government shutdown Friday night.
It's beginning to reach the point of absurdity.
Senator Hawley's efforts to get $1,200 direct checks secured to Americans has put direct payments front and center in ongoing negotiations on a coronavirus relief package. Right now, the bill contains $600 direct payments, though Sanders and Hawley have said this is not enough. Catherine Falders, ABC News, Washington.
Coronavirus cases still reaching new daily highs. The surge on top of the surge following the Thanksgiving travel period and gatherings. California reporting record deaths and new infections. In New York, once the epicenter, they're now trying to manage an uptick. Governor Andrew Cuomo says it doesn't appear they'll have a shutdown, though.
New York is still at the bottom of the national curve, and that's good news.
Health experts urging Americans to curb travel and plans of gathering for the holidays. You're listening to ABC News.
Introducing Canada Dry Bold Ginger. It's not your grandma's ginger ale. I know, because I'm not your grandma. I don't pressure you to get married. I say play the field all you want. And I drink new Canada Dry Bold Ginger with an extra kick of real ginger taste that would blow the bingo cards out your grandma's bag. I drink it while watching backyard wrestling. There's more on the line when the wrestlers don't have insurance. New Canada Dry Bold Ginger, not your grandma's ginger ale.
Newsmax TV. Everyone's talking about it. 30 million people are watching Newsmax for real news on President Trump, Biden, the election, and more. And make sure you vote in Newsmax's national poll asking if President Trump should concede. Just text FISH to 39747 and vote instantly. That's FISH to 39747. Watch Newsmax for great shows on major cable systems and free on Roku, YouTube, smart TVs, and more. Vote about Trump. Text FISH to 39747 today.
All eyes on Georgia in dueling Senate runoff races in January that will determine the balance of power in Washington.
Vice President-elect Kamala Harris will hit the campaign trail in Georgia, stumping for Reverend Raphael Warnock and John Ossoff. The Democrats challenging Senators Kelly Loeffler and David Perdue for their seats in the Senate runoffs January 5th. Harris will campaign in Columbus and Sewanee Monday. Lionel Moise, ABC News.
Maryland Governor Larry Hogan taking to Facebook to fire back on comments over his COVID restrictions.
One person took to Facebook writing, would Maryland Governor Larry Hogan's latest COVID update be him just rambling? Another wrote, we're getting Hogan fatigue. The governor wrote back saying he was getting fatigued in a different way.
I just said something about I'm tired of stupid comments. So I didn't really direct, I didn't call anybody any bad things, but I was frustrated with the stupid comments, but I probably shouldn't have used that language.
Adding that if they didn't like what he was doing, they could unfollow his page. Phil Yakubuski, ABC News, Annapolis, Maryland.
Health officials are urging Americans not to travel for the holidays to help people stay connected. Zoom is removing time limits on free accounts over the next few weeks. The limits will be removed in recognition of Hanukkah, Christmas, Kwanzaa, and the New Year. Last month, in a similar move, Zoom lifted its 40-minute limit on Thanksgiving Day. This is ABC News.
Whatever you send through the U.S. Postal Service this season is so much more than mail or packages. In every carrier's hands is a card with your handwriting. In every box, on every truck, is your message that you care. We know how much goes into your holiday mail, especially this year, which is why we go the distance to bring you closer. Learn more at USPS.com/closer.
I'm Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
Hi, this is Erin Karenbauer. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from all of us at Karenbauer Distributing. We are teaming up with Budweiser to spread holiday cheer with an important reminder to keep our roads safe this holiday season. Always plan ahead for a safe ride home. Please don't drink and drive. Here's to a great year behind us and cheers to a new year from your friends at Karenbauer Distributing.
For all of your IT needs, visit OmniPerforms.com. Omni Strategic Technologies, the only IT company that the watchdog trusts.
Highland Sports Complex is the coolest destination for sports and entertainment the Ohio Valley has ever seen. Pop in for some open basketball in our field house or reserve some turf time for your next practice or game on our synthetic fields. Online registration is open for development classes and leagues for youth and adults. Highland Sports is also the hottest destination for birthday parties and other events. So come challenge yourself on our play climb and enjoy your favorite virtual reality game in the arcade. No memberships required, so visit highlandsports.com to find your next entertainment experience and get ready to reach new heights.
It's that time of year again where you need to get your packages out to your loved ones just in time for Christmas. So let Spry's Mail Center Plus help you with all your shipping and packing needs. Choose from UPS, FedEx, DHL, and the United States Postal Service. Spry's Mail Center Plus also handles copying, faxing, mailbox rentals, and other business services. Located at 953 National Road in the Woodsdale Plaza next to Papa John's. So stop in this holiday season and let Stacy and her staff treat you like